For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a review on a very exciting product, and certainly one that's been very popular last season. This here is the Vango Illusion TC 800XL. Obviously a lot of things going on with the name. It's all there for a reason. The Illusion is a style in the model. It comes in a polyester version or a technical cotton, i.e. TC, which is polycotton. So there's a huge difference between polyester and polycotton. The majority of what you see on the market now in the UK is mostly polyester, which is brilliant because it's quick for drying, and yet again it's fairly, a bit more price savvy, to be fair. Polycotton is the next level up in terms of fabric, so it's actually more like your cotton canvas of years gone by. So the joys of it means that it's incredibly breathable. Joys being means that in hotter weather, the weave of the polycotton expands and allows air to pass through it. So it's it's going to be a lot cooler on a warm day on the inside. On the flip side of that, when it's cold, the weave tightens and keeps the warmth in, so it reacts to temperature, and that's what a lot of people are a lot more aware of, what the plus points are polycotton are. And the joy is, yet again, it's going to be longer lasting, so you get a longer lifespan out of it. And like I said, yeah, really, for me, I love polycotton just because it's got so many benefits. Slight drawbacks, obviously there's a little bit more money because it's a better fabric, and also the weight can be a little bit more sometimes. But double check on the pack list on which particular models in polycotton you find. 800XL is basically 8 berth. They also do a 500XL, which is the same sort of features and things built into it, just the size is a little bit smaller on the width. It's basically a 6 berth at the back, a main living area which has a 2 berth bedroom which pops up, and then obviously a nice big open canopy area at the front. So really impressive model, and certainly for the last year it was a huge hit. Just because it sort of ticked all those boxes for a lot of people, and certainly, yeah, for me, ticked my box as such. The joys of it, because it's air beam, basically it's very quick and easy to go up. So this sort of size tent, I've pitched on my own in 13 minutes. And again, you can check out our videos we do. So Attwoolls are probably the only people who do a pitching and packing video of every tent we sell. So check out our Illusion TC pitching video, and shows you how simple it really is to put up. And when we say 13 minutes, we mean 13 minutes, one person on their own, pegging and pumping the whole thing. Pump comes supplied with it, so you get a dual action hand pump supplied, and yet again, other things are things like you get decent sized pegs, good storm straps on the front, as you can see, like a nice webbing strap. There are other things you can look in terms of extras as well to be aware of. There's a front zip which goes from the bottom all around up and along the top, and that is basically there to add additional canopies, and possibly, unbeknown at the moment, where they might do an actual physical front awning for this particular model. But the sun canopy was a huge hit last year, and I can see why people just want that extra bit of space, and it does just work. One thing you do find, again, even though it's polycotton, they still give you loads of ventilation panels. So beneath all the windows, you've got this nice ventilation panel to help with the circulation of air, to keep it cool as possible inside of there on a warm day. One thing I would say, if you're looking to go across the continent of Europe at any point, so France, Spain, anything like that, really you need to be looking at this sort of polycotton tent rather than the polyester version. Just because the heat inside of there, with polyester, because it's brief, it's kind of a little bit like a greenhouse where the heat just comes in, and because you've got, the circulation, you will notice a massive temperature difference, even in the UK, between a polyester and a polycotton. So that's certainly something to bear in mind. On the actual TC, again, you've got a nice sort of rain-safe canopy door on the side here. So the joy of this means is, whenever you've got this door on the side, you have a mesh door. You can leave the mesh door always in place, quite happily. Even when it starts raining, you've got coverage over this door, so you have to quickly go and zip it up. A nice model, certainly plenty of talking points. We'll talk a few more items inside, but I'll quickly just show you the front door, because this thing gives you the versatility. So all you've got is a few toggle points like so. And all it then does is unroll and comes across. So you can have it nice and versatile, completely open as we see here. If you want to take it halfway, there's a little clip on the top part. Obviously that then toggles back, pulls out at the front, and you've got a half door. You want to go full way to make it completely enclosed. Zips round, and that's your front there. So again, you've got 2 PVC windows, so you can get plenty of light in, but you've got the curtains as well to get the privacy when you want to. So it's quite a nice model, and something that gives you plenty of talking points. And all you quite simply do is just zip that back, roll that back, and it toggles back there. So I'll leave it there just for a second. Now, this actually, you're saying you can look at buying an electric pump for this particular model, but personally I feel it's quicker and easier to use the actual hand pump that comes supplied with it. It comes in a nice sort of, you can roll a bag, so you can sort of cart it to and from as you need to. So most people, due to the weight of this, most likely will just take it out the boot of the car, plunk it down and set up, 5 or 10 yards away from where you're going to be. But we'll talk through a few more detailed features on the inside in just a second. So now we're inside the Illusion, you can kind of get a bit more of a better feel for how it's all laid out. So, like I said, you've got 3 sections to the tent. You've got your sleeping at the back, your main living area, and obviously the canopy area at the front. Now, for me, like I said, as we've got it here, we've got this door open all the way. So there's a fixed door which you can sort of zip back here if you want to, and just have it nice and versatile. And that's one thing this tent really does give you, is versatility. First thing in the canopy area, it's a good sort of depth, so when you have this door in place, you've got plenty of room inside the tent. You can happily put a sort of cooking storage unit anywhere inside of here, and you've got sufficient area underneath to cover. Again, with all the windows you see inside the tent, you've got beautiful clarity through the PVC windows, but you've also then got sort of curtains to get your privacy when you want to as well. So inside the tent here, just this little pocket below, that's your curtains. So you can sort of zip it up halfway if you wanted to, or take it up to the full length of the window. And they've got this new sort of skylights in the position in the roof here. So again, if you want the privacy but also want light coming in, you can have it as we have it here now. Alternatively, obviously, just zip it all the way up, and then you go. It's nice and sort of cozy inside the tent. And what you can do again is just take it all the way down, roll that back up in the door, and it just sort of toggles and slits in its own little pocket in the corner. So just keeps it all neat and tidy and makes it very simple to do. One thing you do sort of see with this particular model is the fact that, from canopy to main living area, you've got a nice flat ground sheet here. So you've got a little toggle up part of the ground sheet. So this now runs completely flat and just allows you to create no trip hazard from the sort of canopy area into the main living area. So for me, it's just quite a nice little feature just to get, again, small little things make a big difference. So the door of which is here, you can obviously have it pulled back as we have now, or alternatively zip it up. So just quite simply zips into place like so, and you can, like I said, have it halfway, zip at the bottom as well, and just gives you a nice sort of thorough sectioned off area. In this part here, you still again got a zip curtain, so you can choose to have the privacy. You'll see what the kids are up to wherever they may be. This will actually fit on a standard caravan and camping club pitch, so they've teamed up with Vango just to confirm that this would fit happily on a pitch. That's one thing to bear in mind when you're looking about booking a campsite, is whether it's always the question is, will this fit on a standard pitch? And a caravan camping one, it shall. In here, you've got a sufficient amount of area here to sort of, have a table and chairs and still feel like, you're fairly roomy. One thing to bear in mind is, like I said, this is technically an 8 berth. So you've got a 2, 2 and 2 at the back, and there's an extra 2 berth in the bedroom that comes here. So you would probably most likely put up in the evening, put your bits and bobs in there, sleep someone in there, and then during the daytime, put it all in the back bedrooms, take it down and actually maximise the area you've got inside of here. Because for me, you'd be stupid not to. A quarter of your space would be taken up with the bedroom. So for me, I think it's much easier to have it as we have here. 2 side doors, and you obviously on the outside you can see the little brow canopy for the rain safe door on the left hand side. You've still got a nice door here, and they've both got mesh on them as well. So it means you can obviously have good circulation throughout the tent without having to compromise with the bugs and little critters coming in. Into the bedding now. So like I said, there's a six along the back, and a brand new thing for this year is that actually it's one complete bedroom, and then you've got zip dividers. So really you can have it as a big open 6 berth, like I have here, which is quite nice. But when you want to have it in your own section, you can zip it up and just have, a 2, 2 and 2, or 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, whatever you fancy really. So it's a quite nice little thing. Beautiful little storage pockets, not only at the front of the tent, but again in the bedrooms as well. Even the back part of the bedrooms, there's little places, to store a torch or your phone or anything like that. So when you wake up in pitch dark, you're not scrabbling around to see where what is. You can quite literally grab it, and that where something like this comes in handy with storage pockets. Put shoes, anything like that in there. One thing they've chopped and changed is the Skytrak System was in the tent last year. So now rather than being positioned here, it's now positioned up here. Reason being is that basically you can now buy little roof liners and then other accessories to go with it, like there's some really nice storage units that go in here and hang off the side. And personally, I quite like the fact that actually you can, in theory, kind of get like a bit of rope, put it between sort of 2 points, use that to hang your towels on. You know, small little things like that just make quite a bit of difference. You do get 10 sky hooks, which are these things here, and they just quite simply clip on, they clip and slide onto the beams. You get 10 of those included, but a lot of people have been asking for, you know, extras because they've got endless amounts of things they want to hang up. And certainly when you want a lantern, which you can hang there, you then want several ones to hang the cable down to the sides. Illusion's a very nice tent. Like I said, last year was probably one of the best-selling tents, certainly in Polycot at least. And it's something that's certainly going forward to 2018 seasons could be a huge plus point. You still got things like cable entry points, so down the bottom here and on that side you can obviously hang your mower mains in to get your mains electric, so that's a great idea. Like I said, on the outside you've got ventilation panels to get good circulation inside the tent, and they've got a new carpet system which is sort of a squarish carpet but actually velcros around the beams and sticks on like so. Reason being is just to keep the carpet flatter and stop it from moving around. Last year they had little cutouts around the beams and it wasn't quite as nicely finished as this looks, and personally I'm an absolute sticker for straight lines, and this for me just kind of ticks that box. So really impressive model, and certainly looking forward to 2018 seasons a really hit. You can actually come and see this particular model up in our indoor display showroom in Gloucestershire. So we're just off the M5, so it's really easy to get to from wherever you may be. But for me, I think it's hard to kind of beat this for a polycot and tent in family. It's sort of one up there that I think was massively popular last year, and certainly, like I said, for the 2018 season, I can't see it getting any less popular. You can obviously look at interest-free finance with us on this particular model, and all details of that are on our website. But in essence, that is the Vango Illusion 800XL, and of course the smaller 500XL as well.